Today's investment series, we're going to talk about your total return on investment. Cash return is just one aspect of it, and there's a couple of other pieces we're going to talk about. My name's Travis Anderson. Let's dive in. In a previous video, we talked about your cash return on investment. I like to see that number above 10%. I really like to target for 20%. So if I'm buying a $300,000 home and I'm putting $60,000 down in order to acquire that property and all of my costs associated with it, I'm going to want to go ahead and see $12,000 or $13,000 in annual return on my cash. What that really means is after 5 years, I'm out of the deal. What do I mean by that? I mean that after 5 years of ownership, if I've received 20% each year in cash on my investment, I'm now cash free. It's almost like I haven't invested anything at that point because I've recouped all of my cash investment. So that's why I look for 20%. Now, 20% isn't the only way to look at it from a cash return. We also have equity growth. I like to calculate my equity growth over time. So I can look at a property that I'm buying today and I can put into a spreadsheet, where am I going to get $100,000 in equity growth or $200,000 in equity growth? And that's not to include the appreciation. I'm just talking about when you pay your mortgage payment, some number comes off of that in the form of principal reduction. The rest of it is going to be interest, and you're going to have a tax and an insurance payment. How much money is going into my bank account called principal reduction? And that is what is an equity growth perspective. And if you can get that number to be $200 or $300 per month on a $300,000 property, something like that, you're going to be getting an extra 2% or 3% of return on your investment over time, which again does not include appreciation. Now that can really add up when you own property for 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years. My advice for you is that you do own rental property all of the way until you can deed it over to your kids and they don't even have to pay taxes on it. Consult your tax accountant about that information, because that's the third piece of the puzzle, and that is depreciation. And in today's day and age, you can do what's called accelerated depreciation. I am not going to get into that in this video because I'm not a tax expert, but what you can do is you can talk to your accountant about the depreciation benefits of owning rental real estate, and possibly even an accelerated depreciation plan where you're again gaining large percentages of money. I mean, if I can save, let's say, $10,000 in taxes, that's $10,000 of real hard money in that same $60,000 investment that I had earlier. And now I'm getting, let's say, $12,000 in cash return on my investment. I'm saving $10,000 in taxes. That's $22,000. We're talking about 30-some% in savings. That's a massive return on investment, obviously, and something that's nearly impossible to get anywhere else unless you're hitting a grand slam in the stock market or something like that. So real estate, when you're looking at the total picture from cash return on investment to your equity reduction, or your equity growth is another way to put it, and then your tax savings, that total picture, you can get 25-30% return on your initial investment, and that's hard to beat. If you've got questions about this or anything else in real estate investing, my name's Travis Anderson, and as always, all my best to you and yours.